Arden, and welcome to another math lesson. Today is the last day we are going to be using our plus sign and equal sign for a little bit. Our math thinking job today is I can tell about unknown addends if I know the total amount. So addends, this word right here, is a fancy word for parts. We've been learning about parts and wholes, and that's a fancy word for parts. So we are going to be looking at number sentences where we need to find the addends to find the total amount. Just to review a plus sign is when we can add numbers together. You might also hear words like plus, in all, add, sum, all together, put together. When we hear those words, we use a plus sign. So we have 4 counters plus 2 counters, and we put them together. We also have been using the sign equal. Equal means the same. It means balanced. When we put 2 parts together, it's going to equal our whole on the other side of the equal sign. So let's dive in to finding those unknown addends to find the total amount. Today, we're focusing on finding both addends, both parts, to find the total amount. I have a story for you today. Listen to my silly story, and then your teacher's going to pause the video, and you guys are going to draw to match the story. The students were playing with 7 balls on the playground. They accidentally kicked some of the balls into a big puddle, and now some are muddy. What is one way the balls might look now? Let me read my story one more time. The students were playing with 7 balls. They accidentally kicked some of the balls into a big puddle, and now some are muddy. Before I make my balls muddy, your teacher's going to pause the video, and you guys are going to come up with a way of how we can show the balls now. All right, now that you heard my silly story, let's make the math problem, and you might have already done that. I drew my 7 balls. Now, I need to make some of them muddy. I'm going to just color in 3. How many balls got muddy? 3. You may came up with a different way, and that's okay. I have 3 balls that are muddy. I have 4 balls that are clean. I have 7 balls all together. Can we make a number sentence with this picture that we just made that matches our story? We sure can. Let's start with how many we have all together, which is 7. 7 is my whole, which means I need my equal sign. And now I need my 2 addends, my 2 parts. I know 3 balls were muddy and 4 balls were clean. So now my sentence says 7 equals 3 plus 1. Again, you might have come up with a different way. So let's do a different way. Here we go. Let me make 6 of my balls muddy. And 1 ball clean. I want you to think about how can I make my picture into a number sentence. Right, I drew 6 muddy balls and 1 clean ball. So that means my number sentence would be I have 7 balls all together, 6 are dirty, and 1 is clean. 7 equals 6 plus 1. All right, let's erase our boards, and I have another little story for you. This time, I want you to close your eyes and no peeking, and I want you to listen and think, and then you will get to draw the picture, okay? Ready? Cora went to a birthday party. At the party, She saw a dish of 8 jelly beans. Some were red and some were green. Okay, let me read it one more time before you open your eyes. Make sure your eyes are closed. Cora went to a birthday party. At the birthday party, she saw a dish of 8 jelly beans. Some were red and some were green. Okay, now open up your eyes. Your teacher's going to pause the video and you guys are going to draw a picture of the jelly beans. Okay, so I'm going to use blue and green. Those are the colors I have. So I have 1 blue jelly bean. And I know that I had 8 jelly beans. So 7 of them are going to be green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Remember, my story said some of them were one color and some of them were the other color. I need to make sure that I have 8 jelly beans all together. Can we match a number sentence to our picture? We sure can. Let's start with our whole. Our whole is 8. 8 equals 1 added in is 1. And the other added in is 7. 1 plus 7. 8 equals 1 plus 7. Now, let's flip our number sentence. We've been practicing how to write a number sentence that starts with the whole, which is decomposing, and starting with the parts, which is composing. So let's compose the number 8 using the same story. We have 8. So we have 1 plus 7. We're able to listen to a story and then draw a picture. Drawing a picture helps us see the different added-ins, the different parts, which our math thinking job was to find the added-ins to find the total amount. Let's do some more practice. I have a story about my toy cars. I'm going to read the story and then your teacher's going to pause the video. You might draw your own cars and then you need to find the unknown added-ins in our number sentence and write another number sentence starting with our added-ins. Remember, our added-ins are our parts. Our add-ins are our parts. So here's my story. Ted has 7 toy cars. Color some cars red and some blue. Then write the number sentence that shows how many are red and how many are blue. So for this story, I'm going to color this many red and this many blue. Now it's your job to write the number sentence to match my story. We know our total amount, our whole, is 7. Equal. We need to know our 2 add-ins, our 2 parts. We know 3 of them are red, so that's 1, and 4 of them are blue. 7 equals 3 plus 4. 3 and 4 are my add-ins, and I put those parts together to make my total amount. Now, let's start with our parts, our add-ins, to make our total amount, our whole. So we have 3 plus 4. When we see that plus sign, that means we need our 2 parts to push together to make our whole, which is 7. 3 plus 4 equals 7. Now I have a new story. I'm going to read the story, color them, and then you are going to solve these number sentences. Chuck has 8 balls. Some are red and some are blue. Color to show Chuck's balls and